one.
Hi, this is Gary with GEEZBEEZ, and I was going to come out to the honey yard today and look at some honey supers. And I also want to let you know that I have a new wireless mic on today, and we're trying that out. So hopefully that audio will improve and we won't have as much wind noise and stuff. So we hope it works out well. So looking at these hives today, the front of the hives are really busy bringing in nectar. And so looking at the flight patterns of the bees, they're really coming and going. There's a lot of activity going on. So my camera person, who is also my wife, is in shorts today. So we're in back of the hive. So maybe a little bit of different angle today than we normally shoot from the front of the hive. So we're gonna stay out of their way. So we're gonna get in this hive right here. And I wanted to look at the single brood chamber hives versus the double brood chamber hives and kind of see how they're doing. These singles, you've really got to watch to make sure they're bringing up into their super, because their brood chamber is really gonna be packed. So you want to make sure as much as activity there is and they're bringing in nectar, you can tell by their flight patterns, they're just really flying hard. We want to make sure that we've got something going on as far as much nectar's coming in. We do not want them to get their brood to where she cannot lay eggs. So we're going to check these out and see what we've got coming in as far as nectar. And they are putting some nectar up in there. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to get it in the sunlight, but there is nectar starting up in these supers, in these single brood colonies. So once they're bringing that nectar up, it looks like they've got these going. I've got these spread out on 9 frames. They've got plenty of room to bring those out. Really seen a lot of nectar coming in, so I'm glad to see that they have nectar up here, because that means they're probably not filling the brood chamber up with nectar. So as long as they're bringing that nectar into your top honey supers, you should be okay. And she will have plenty of places to lay her brood. So, and that's what we want her to be able to do, because we don't want them to get overpacked and have a tendency to swarm. So that's a good deal, seeing the nectar in there. Of course, it's not capped off. They're working on that, but they do have some frames that they're working on. So an important thing to think of too, as you've got your flow season, is they also drink a lot of water during this time. So a good water source is good. Just south of here, just another couple of 100 feet, there's a big creek, and they usually go down there, but it's rained here lately, and these tire tracks on this path is where they just stop to the quickest source they can find, I guess, and it's shallow and they can get a drink of water. So there's a lot of bees on this water today if you just look down there. So we've also got the rose bushes, and the honeysuckle is really blooming out. So we're trying to kind of find the source they're using a lot of to bring their nectar in. So we're going to look around a little bit and see what we find. Well, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe on the video. And I just wanted to tell you that we went through the boxes, and just to save time, we kind of want to make this a shorter video. They were just starting to bring some nectar in, most of them. They're definitely building it out. I didn't have any that were really packed in too much to where they did have some room for some brood. So we're just in the infancy of our honey flow here. It's a smaller honey flow, but as the honey flow gets bigger, do remember, especially on those single brood chambers, to go ahead and look and make sure that the queen does have plenty of room to lay her brood, or she will get swarmy. So and they will be capping that off, you know, as they bring it in. They'll dry it out and they'll start capping it off, and then will show us hopefully soon getting some honey and putting it in jars. So I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.